What's up, YouTube? Heath and Ken from Hack Labs. All right, today you guys already got an introduction to the Excursion, so it's already the next day and we're tinkering with it already. So most of you guys, or most of you diesel guys, may know what this is. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna hook it up to the Excursion, because as Ken was explaining yesterday or in the last video, that the Excursion has a check engine light due to an EGR delete. So we're gonna go ahead, plug this in. Supposedly this will take care of it, and it has some other cool features that we'll play through as well. So we'll go through, we'll take you on this journey with us and see where we go.
All right, so the full story of this was after I found out I had to get a tuner, I checked out like Marketplace, Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist, because I didn't want to pay the full $600 for it. I ended up getting one on eBay. It was from California, and you just have to make sure if you're gonna buy it used, it's unmarried, meaning that whatever car it was plugged into previously, the person returned it to stock. If not, you'd have to send it in. Or I think actually now they're doing remote resetting, where you can pay them the reset fee, which at this point I think it's around $150, and they'll reset it for you and then you can use it. But I guess what the marriage kind of does is it only enables you to use it on one car at a time. So like, for example, I have the Expedition over there. If I wanted to do the performance tuning on that, yeah, I could use the same one with this part number that is for Ford vehicles. It's specifically for Ford. It'll work on the Expedition, but I can't do a performance tune on the Expedition and then unplug it and do a performance tune on the Excursion. I would have to reset the Expedition to stock, and then I could marry it to this and change the tune on this. So I kind of see what they're doing there, where you have to buy one for each vehicle if you're going to use it at the same time with two different vehicles. It's kind of annoying, but I guess it's also a theft deterrent too, because if I was to see your car parked at a parking lot and I saw this in the window, I would know that I can't steal it and use it because it's married to your car. So I would still have to end up paying them to unlock it. So it makes it feel a little bit safer to have it in the car, knowing that it's pretty useless if someone was to steal it. Yeah, it's an expensive piece of equipment, but for what they say it can do, it seems pretty worth it. We're not going to really go through unboxing. It's a pretty beat up box, but it just slides out of sleeve. And this is the actual unit. They actually use an HDMI port for the data, which is pretty cool. Oh. And it still has the warranty void label. It's in pretty good shape. It's only been married once, and I think you can get up to 5 before you need to reset it. So this one was used on one vehicle, it seems like, from the previous owner. And in the menu screen, I'll show you, it'll display all that information: how many times it was married, how many tunes it made or programmed. Mine also came with, I don't know if it comes in the box from the factory with the screw down mount, but mine came with a mount that you can screw down if you want, which is how the previous owner mounted it to his truck. I guess default it comes with this, the suction cup mount, which is probably the one I'll end up using because I don't really want to drill any holes into my dash.
Yeah, because it's all mint for the age, 20 years old? No, 15.
Came with all the instructions in there. Came with the little SCT badge, which will not be going on, just like the previous owner. Not that I don't love them. I love what they're doing, but I just don't like the look of it. And then this is the do-it-all cable. So pretty much it's just OBD plug-in. This is for accessory metering devices, I guess, like the EGT sensor, which it doesn't have stock. I think the EGT actually plugs into there, which is a firewire port, funny enough, but they only use a couple pins in there for their EGT. And then there's a translation box. So On this end we have the HDMI plug-in. I can appreciate what they did here, using all these standard ports and just rewiring them. This RCA port is for the backup camera, which you can have a standalone backup camera, and there's a button to turn it on, so I'm planning on using that for a tow hitch hookup. So I'll probably have a regular backup camera, and then I'll have a backup camera just on this for when I want to hook up a trailer. Other than that, we're gonna go do the install, which is pretty much just route this one cable through the weather stripping up here. Seems thick enough that it should be able to conceal it, and I'll probably end up mounting the unit right there on the windshield, and the OBD port is just right down here, so we'll probably zip tie up the cable. And one good thing to note is you can tune it. Like if I wanted to put a performance tune on this, I can tune it, and then I can unplug the system, put it in a box, and never look at it again, and the tune will still be running. So it's kind of nice for like a stealth install like that. If you don't care to monitor your gauges, which I want to keep it on for that, because I want to see all of the voltages and the temperatures, and keep track of all the finicky things that destroy the 6.0. Yes, I think we're just gonna go ahead and do that and probably get back to the video after. Okay, so we have the unit mounted, have the wire ran there through the weather stripping, it goes under there, and yeah, it's not too pretty up here, but it took all of less than maybe 2 minutes to do this. The bulk of the wire is up in here, and then it comes down through this plastic and plugs into the OBD port. And this is just a fuse panel cover. So quick install, doesn't look messy. Took about 2 minutes. No tools. Alright, so we got it installed. We're gonna see how it looks. Okay, so one of my biggest frustrations with this, even though it is a nice piece of equipment, is the quality of the touchscreen is like the first touchscreen phone ever made, where you have to kind of put some pressure on it to get it to work. It's a little bit of a delay when you select things too, but it's not bad overall for what it does accomplish. Now, what I was talking about before was, let me see if I could scroll through this without it being too annoying. Alright, so unlocks left, I have 4. I think if it was brand new, it would have 5. Status unmarried, that's very important. If you're looking to buy one used, make sure it's unmarried. Total flashes, and that's what I'm talking about there. Total flashes was what, 37? So that's the amount of times I assume it wrote something to the ECU. Let's see, that's pretty much it. It does have built-in Wi-Fi. Originally when I got it, I did an update through the Wi-Fi, and I think it took around 3 or 4 hours. So I would suggest you just plug it into your laptop, download the software, and do the update that way. But I didn't have anything else to do, so I just let it sit there and do it itself. Let's see if we can get some vehicle info. I've never actually connected this. This is my first time. So we'll turn the key on. Turn off all the accessories. Alright, so that is my VIN. I believe my curb weight is 7,200 pounds. That's really ugly. 7, 2. All right. Let's see what's on the third screen. Alright, third screen is nothing but their logo. This is the second screen. That's the first screen. Let's see. Let's do vehicle functions. I guess we'll read codes and see what it actually says. Quite a bit of codes. 3 codes. First one, EGR flow. Oh, that's nice. It's pretty quick on the code read though. That's interesting. Fan speed. And this one is injector control pressure. Alright, that's gonna be something to look at.
Sorry for the ricers if you guys hear all that.
Guess let's do program vehicle. Alright, so 6-liter Excursion. I guess we'll leave everything the way it is for now.
This has a Jake brake?
That's what they call it in technical terms. I don't think it's a Jake brake because Jake brakes are physical things that sit in the head as far as the trucking world goes. But I think it's like an exhaust brake or an engine brake in some sense of it. I think it's pretty much using the transmission and the engine compression to slow down. It's not like a physical Jake brake that changes the exhaust timing. Alright. This is all the normal stuff. Hopefully I didn't accidentally change anything by scrolling through it. We'll find out together if that was a wasted program.
If that's the case, I was 1, 2 shifts and stuff. I'm wondering, why I said 0, I'm wondering what that was about. 0 would be the default value, and then you could change it to, like, I believe 2 miles an hour or something below the regular shift, like wherever the MPH would be. Oh, okay. You could, like, alter the shifting, like when it would shift at what speed. I haven't read the directions, and I'm not one of those people that read directions until I'm absolutely stuck. Kind of like the dig through and learn. I think you know what the time lapse one is. Yeah. I do wonder how destroyed the truck would be if I turned the key off. I'm eating up on storage. Well, you're already in there? Yeah. At least we'll have it recorded, like, you know how long each stage is? We can always, like, time lapse it and put the actual time in, white print or something. It should be the same for any programming stage, like, oh, fucking spy insurance. Makes you wonder. Do we have a husband when we're Connecticut? That sounds like progress. Sure, bruh.
Alright, so we did a tune of absolutely nothing. Everything's stock. Pretty much a waste of a tune, but I didn't know what else it would do after the screen. Technically not a waste though, because I guess it doesn't do anything. I have unlimited tunes maybe, unless I'm unaware of something. So what we're going to do here before we do any tunes on it is a little performance test, since everything is out stock right now. We'll try to do a 0 to 60, see what the time is like. And then we'll probably do a performance tune, see what the time is like on that. see what the difference is like. What we're gonna do is come to a stop here and see if it's long enough to get up to 60. It should be. I know where I've come to a stop. Alright, so that was 0 to 60. That was absolutely aggressive.
Wow.
The idle did not come back to normal. The idle stayed at 1,000 and tried to chug it out. I just tapped the gas a little bit and it figured itself out.
All right.
But yeah, that was the street tune. What the stock tune is, I have no idea. I don't know what the baseline for that is, but I can tell you from the seat of my pants, the street tune was insane. It did that funny idle, like trying to get itself back from redline idle funny, and this is kind of why I don't want to harass it too much, because I know it's going to need little things here and there. But that was a pretty interesting result. All I can say is it's a complete different change in shifting, shift points, power output, everything just feels different. Not in a bad way.
Like it's just hitting the gears and it's just moving. Like,
And you know, that was one thing I wanted to say yesterday when we were driving it, was the shifting, it felt good. It felt kind of immediate, but at the same time, you could feel the tranny choose to slip just to make it softer. And you know, when you're in a tow situation or you're in a semi-aggressive situation, you don't want the slip. You want immediate next gear catch, but obviously you don't want it to bang into the next gear. That's not comfortable. But I feel like the street tune kind of cleaned it up, got rid of that taper into the next gear, and just kind of shortened the shift pause a little bit. But the times, if you're wondering, 0 to 30 was 3:31, 0 to 60 was 8:26. Definitely it changed it. It's a completely different feel.
has no problems compressor surging now either.
Alright, so we'll get back to the lot and let's see what the next tune does and pray that it stays together.
Don't say that. Don't say that. All right, we won't take you through this process again, so we'll be back. All right, performance tune is loaded on the transmission and on the engine. So here's where we gotta grab hold of our stones and hope for the best. Looks like someone's coming over the hill, right? All right, hitting it. What we got?
That was a 7.85 second 0 to 60, 3.1 0 to 30. So significantly better.
Damn.
And the driving feel, I guess, is a little more aggressive on the shifts, but to be honest, in my mind, the quicker shifting just tells me the clutches are going to last longer as long as I don't push it.
Mm-hmm.
Versus having it slip for comfort, you know?
Explain that. Why?
because it's just less slippery. So you get the comfort from the slow shifting to the next gear, and that slow shifting comes by engaging the clutch at a slower speed, so it kind of slips. Like when you get off the clutch in a manual car to get in, to get some speed going, you get off the clutch slowly and that's slipping. But if you get off the clutch quick, it'll jerk and it'll go quicker, but you use less clutch because there's less slipping. Make sense?
Yeah.
So that's how the next shift works, is it'll slip a little bit, just a millisecond it'll slip, just to give you that smooth feel. But I think I'd give up the smooth feel to know that I'm going to get crisp shifts that aren't going to eat up the clutches.
So you're gonna stay performance or street tune on the?
From what I've seen, and don't quote me, but from what I've seen online, performance, as long as you don't push it, the performance tune will give you the best MPGs, which is what I'm after. Because I don't plan on driving it too crazy.
Transmission wise,
What do you mean?
you gonna stay with the street tune performance or stop?
Transmission wise, I'll probably stay performance for a while, see how it feels. If I get tired of it, if it becomes too jerky, then not really something I want to do. But if I don't really notice it and it just feels crisp and nice, then I'm just gonna do it. I'm not someone that likes inefficiencies in the machine. I like everything to work at their peak, Speaking of the Fickum voltage on the gauge screen was what, 12.5?
Yeah.
So that's insanely low as far as I'm seeing. It should be around 48 volts or exactly 48 volts. So I guess that's a video to come. We're gonna have to fix that.
Sorry for the rough road, guys.
We also have the AC off, so I am sweating. It's a humid summer night.
All right, everybody. Hope you liked the video today. Messing with the tunes and stuff, we definitely had a blast. Drop it down in the comments. What do you guys think we should do next? Any problems you see coming? Probably the next video, at least on this thing, is probably going to be the Fickum.
Yeah, probably the Fickum and then maybe the Blue Spring mod too.
Okay. All right. Well, on a mission to bring this thing to super reliable until we stud it next year. But until then, like, comment, subscribe. Till next time.